This is the time of year high school seniors start finding out whether or not they got into their dream colleges, and this is what happened when our next guest got her decision from Duke.
I'm at my mommy's grave to open my status update from Duke because I wanted her to be part of it, and I'm freaking out. Okay. 7% acceptance rate. Let's just think about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
I told you.
Oh my goodness.
Even though my mom has passed away for almost 6 years now, she's been gone. I still learn something new from her every single day. And she has these note cards with affirmations, and they're all over my room, and I read them every single day. She has journals where you kind of see her mature from a young lady into a young woman, and I use that kind of as like a guiding light for me, and she's like my role model. And so I knew that I wanted her to be a part of this experience because she's helped me, even though she's been gone, grow into the woman that I am today.
And so there's a special reason you wanted to go to Duke, right?
Yes. So I've always been in love with the ocean. I've been enthralled by it since I was little, and Duke is the #1 marine science school in the entire nation, and it's so diverse, it's so academically intense, which I really appreciate. And since I was little, I wanted to become a marine biotechnologist, and they analyze the marine flora and fauna on the ocean floor, and they dive into like the molecular genetics and genomics behind all of that to gain a better understanding of the diseases or the disorders like the brain aneurysm that my mom had that a lot of ocean life is resistant to. So I love helping people and I love the ocean, so I knew it was like a perfect job for me, so.
That's fantastic. I love that you want to do that. It's another reason that we should take care of our oceans because we have so much more to learn. There's all kinds of answers and medicinal things that we are going to learn from the ocean.
You're a full-time student. You're also working 2 jobs,
Yeah,
right?
I'm a full-time student. I currently have a 4.0 GPA.
Wow. Threw that in my face. Let me know if my education isn't correct. That's good.
I work like 70 hours a week, and I'm just doing it to pay for school.
And your family, you help your family?
Yeah, I help my family with whatever is left over, with the bills and stuff. And I just love your show so much.
Yeah.
And you me too.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
now?
Yeah. Twitch! Yeah. So you have received, these are a few of the things that you have received so far. President's Volunteer Service Award 3 times, the President's Education Award for Outstanding Academic Excellence, Bank of America Student Leader Award, Bank of America Achievement Award for Leadership. Wow. I mean, just so many things.
Wow, come on. That's worth it. That deserves it.
How do you have time? You watch my show. How do you have time to watch my show?
Because you just bring so much joy to my life, and
Wow.
you are just an amazing person, and I aspire to be able to help people one day in my community through owning my own business just like you do.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's really sweet. I mean,
Oh, my goodness.
but you have no... I mean, I read about you, and you literally you study all night long. You go
Yeah.
to these jobs, then you do homework, and you go to sleep at like 4 in the morning sometimes,
Yeah.
and you wake up at 6 in the morning.
Yeah, I do. I go from one job, and then I have like an hour and a half break. I do homework. I go to the next one. Sometimes we don't get out till midnight, 1. And then I come home and I watch your show just to revive myself, and then I start to study, and I do it over again.
Wow, but I'm quite sure there's a Kevin Hart show that you probably watch.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Just to revive. I'm saying, because I know she watches your show. I'm saying that there's probably something that I've done.
Maybe not. Our next guest made headlines last week when she was named a semifinalist in the most prestigious science competition in the country. And what's more incredible is she's homeless. Take a look at this.
My name is Samantha Garvey. I'm a Brentwood High School student.
Samantha is an Intel Science Talent Search semifinalist. She is one of 300 United States students to be recognized in this prestigious competition.
What makes you get up every day and keep marching forward and being, you?
It's a number of things, just if you keep the mentality that things will get better, I think that's been a big part of like me thinking, okay, it's not that bad. If you just look at it in a different light, then things can get better. And you know, with like the support of my family, my parents, my whole family, everyone around me has always been really amazing, and they push me and they tell me to pick my head up and they tell me to keep going. And you know, with my science has helped me, you know, with my research teacher. That helped her through all her adversity, and I thought if it could help her, then it could help me, right? If I do good and I do things good, if I pursue my studies and I do well in school, that good will come out of it, you know? There'll be a reward in the end.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I pitched the idea to my parents of like starting this nonprofit, and I was like, yeah, I can build like 5 or 10 desks for kids who need them. Maybe someone will join in and help from the community, and I'm just glad it's gotten this big so I can help this many people.
So you said you thought you'd build 5 or 6. You've built over 120 desks. And
yeah, that's correct.
How many more will you build, do you think?
Yeah, so my goal is 300 by the end of next summer. I'm starting to slow down for focus on my junior year, but I'm going to build 20 around Christmas and start it up again in the summer. So I'm really excited to keep going and hit that number.
So you started, it was a small idea. Now you're inspiring other people to do this as well, right?
Yeah, so I've had people reach out from Texas, Michigan, someone even in your state, California. He's already built 10 desks for his community. So I'm really glad. That's my main message right now, to just be able to spread the message and help people realize that this is a thing needed in communities. I've created a Facebook group called Desk for Distance Outreach, which has instructions, everything someone needs to get started in their community, like how to raise funds. I've actually posted a full tutorial on how I make my version of the desk, but people can make whatever version they want. So yeah, I've helped people get a lot of people started. So I'm really glad it's gotten this big.
I love where I live, but right now we're in a water crisis.
We turn now to a growing crisis in Flint, Michigan, over the city's water supply, contaminated by toxic levels of lead.
This all comes after Flint switched from the Detroit water system to the more corrosive Flint River.
A lot of people don't have transportation or can't walk. So I volunteer at my church. I distribute water about 3 or more times a week, and those people are just so grateful because they need help. They need a lot of help. So me and my family, we will do as much as we can.
First of all, this is just an atrocity what's happening in Flint, Michigan. It's crazy what's happening. But why is it so important to you?
It's so important to me. I'm just so grateful for everything that I have. And I want to give back to people who don't have anything or just don't have transportation. Because the water crisis right now, it's awful. People can't take showers right now. They can't bathe without having a rash, or they can't wash their pets without the fur coming off. It's very bad.
It's really, really bad there.
Yeah.
And how long have you been volunteering there?
I have been volunteering since I was younger. I've been born and raised at this church. So right now I'm doing everything I can to help them during this crisis.
Wow. And so it's your mom and your grandma and you share a car.
Yeah.
And so y'all share that car to get around and volunteer.
Yep, we pack up water in the car. We just go to somebody who needs a water. We're right there.
Glenn, this is your shot for free tuition. It says,
You tell your family, and I love the story, tell what your family said and how you told your family.
Well, I texted my parents, because my parents are deaf, so I didn't call them. I texted my mom, I said, Mom, I just made a free half-course shot for free tuition. She said, stop joking. No, you're lying. Because I joke around with my family a lot. I was like, okay, fine, I didn't. So then, an hour later, she sees it on ESPN, the top 10 plays. And then she FaceTimes me, goes oh my God, you actually did make a shot at free tuition. And she's in tears, and she was really proud of me.
Yeah, I bet. That's amazing. Okay, so it covers your cost of it's free tuition, right?
Yeah, for a
You
semester.
must have been worried about that.
Oh yeah, a lot. Because I do have 3 brothers, and we're all very close in age, and so sending 4 boys to college definitely takes its toll on the family. And
Yeah.
The job market for deaf parents or deaf people isn't that large, and so having that kind of weight on my shoulders was kind of tough. And I was still figuring out finances in my family during that time. And so when I made that half-course shot, it just took a big weight off my shoulders and my family's shoulders as well.
So I go to Davidson College in North Carolina. I'm a senior right now. During my sophomore year, we got sent home because of COVID. So I spent an extended period of time in Annapolis. And while I was there, I saw on the news how people who were incarcerated in Maryland were having a hard time with the pandemic, not having access to adequate cleaning supplies, masks, not being able to properly social distance. And I knew that I had a personal connection to someone who was in there. So I wrote a letter to check in on the situation, give him some life updates on mine as well. That first letter turned into more letters and phone calls and Skype calls, and it got to the point where I decided that I wanted to start a project called Telling the Stories of the Ignored and Forgotten. And Sura's story was the one that I wanted to tell to the world in an objective way.
Right.
So I interviewed Sura many times over the phone, through letter, interviewed his family members, I went through all the public record from court. I wanted to understand his life story in the most objective way possible. So we had some tough conversations during that time, and yeah, tried to get a big picture.
That's amazing. So then you convince the judge. He gets out 12 years early.
That's right.
And I mean, what a friend, by the way, huh? What a friend. So what's next for both of you?
I'm currently enrolled for GED classes to finish my GED. And hopefully, by the end of this year, I started doing photography too. And hopefully by the end of this year, I can go to college for film productions.